Wow, that is really sharp. Look how clear an image of you there is, Kaiba. That's insane. You look good. I know. It's new. I'm not a fan of new things either normally. But this is kind of impressive. I haven't actually dropped the lore per se much, except for in one description, but basically, I had an issue with my phone over the weekend. It's an issue that I thought was repaired earlier, but apparently it was not. And apparently it's one of those things that might keep reoccurring, so I said, fudge it, fine, I give up. And I got a new phone. One of the many, many things I've had to change since in the last couple of years, but it's all good. Anyways, other than the fact that this phone is crazy expensive, so I'm really worried about dropping it and breaking it. But aside from that, pretty cool phone. And this is going to be the first video you guys see shot with this. Probably. Because while I did shoot one Winter Wonderland video yesterday, I didn't get it posted in time because I didn't get the first one posted in time. Crazy how that works. But today, we're here for Tuesday. And Tuesday is one thing and one thing only on this channel. And that is DOLLARAMA Draws of Destiny! Got 5 packs of Destiny for you guys today. And I'm going to open as many as I possibly can in the time frame between now and when my dad gets home or when I finish opening all 5. There will be a pause in between. And that will be for some Puggy content for you guys that I just shot outside with him. The rest of the Puggy content will be coming tomorrow, probably, because I don't want to put out a long form video twice today and have neither of them get enough views, or possibly get like chewed up in the algorithm or whatever. But yeah, so crack a few, and then crack the rest. I actually bought these freshly on the way home because I had forgotten to grab a few to put in my bag last night for work today, just in case my dad was home, but he was not, so we're going to just do this and do this in a kind of rapid fashion. That is a really nice picture on there. I am really impressed by this. Unchained Berserker, 1 in a red for a 1/1, protection from white, and this thing gets +2/+0 as long as it's attacking. Interesting. Thought Harvester, 3 and a blue for an Eldrazi drone to void flying. Whenever you cast a colorless spell, this target opponent exiles the top card of his or her library. It's a 2/4. It's dangerous. Cankerous Thirst. So far, I'm not disappointed by either of these cards, really. Cankerous Thirst, 3 and black or green. If black was spent with it for this, target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. If green was spent for this, you can have target creature get +3/+3 until end of turn. Interesting. I like it. And it is instant speed. It's a little expensive, but instant speed, you can do both those if you pay both. That's pretty cool. Chandra's Outrage. 2 and 2 red. It deals 4 damage to target creature and 2 damage to that creature's controller. Yeah, okay. Ooh, hollow. Narnam Cobra. 2 for a 2/1. Pay green. This thing gains Death Touch until end of turn. I do love the colors on it. That's pretty cool. The hollow makes it kind of hard to see those on the film, though, I think, but I'm going to put it mid, actually, just because it is a 2/1 instead of a 1/2. Jeskai Infiltrator. 2 and a blue for a 2/3. Can't be blocked as long as you control no other creatures. When this thing deals combat damage to a player, exile it, and the top card of your library in a face-down pile. Shuffle that pile, then manifest those cards. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Odd. A Cursed Spirit. 3 and a black for a 3/2 with Intimidate. Yeah, that's decent. Again, 2/3 would have been better, so that's why you're going to go down here. But still decent. Haven't pulled anything bad yet. Destroy target artifact or land, its controller loses a life. Costs a lot to play that, but I mean, you do get decent some stuff. And you're getting to choose the artifact or land, so that's pretty decent too. Silkbind Fairy. 2 and a blue or white flying. Pay 1 and a white or blue. Untap this thing to tap target creature. That's interesting. That's very interesting. I like that a lot, actually. Island for a land. Fearsome Awakening. 4 and a black. Target creature return target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it's a dragon, it gets 2+1/+1 counters. Nice. Type specific, but I still like it. Vivisection. As an additional cost, cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, draw 3 cards. I mean, it's not terrible. Cobra Trap, 4 and 2 green. If a non-creature permanent under your control was destroyed by a spell or ability an opponent controlled, you can pay green rather than pay the cost for this thing. And then you get to put 4 1/1 green snake creature tokens onto the battlefield. It's an instant trap. I didn't know there were traps in Magic. I thought that was only a Yu-Gi-Oh thing. Curious. Sky Skipper Duo, 4 and a blue for a 3/3 flying, and when this thing enters, exile up to one other target creature you control, return it to the battlefield under someone's control at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, Bird Frog, I like that. Double? We didn't need a double, though. So far, we're not doing too bad, though. Not doing too bad. Actually, no, I'm going to put both down here, to be fair. You okay, Kaiba? Yeah? Good boy. Yes, as soon as I'm done making this, I will make us our lunch. I promise. Daddy was a little late coming home today. Work went pretty well today, all things considered, compared to what last week was like, so I'm feeling a little bit better today than I was, which is nice. Depression is annoying. Enchant creature or vehicle gets -3/-0 until end, and this comes in at flash. I'll admit it. Gift of Tusks, blue. Until end of turn, target creature loses all abilities and becomes a 3/3 green elephant with base power. Oh, yeah, okay. I mean, that's pretty good. Cool. I have one of these, but it's nice to have a second one. One and a green or blue to put in a 2/1. And a green or blue, this thing gets +1/+3, so it becomes a 3/3. And gains flying until end of turn. You can only do it once per turn, and only if an opponent controls a creature with flying, but it's still kind of neat. Surveilling Sprite. 1 and a blue for a 1/1 flying. When it's put into the graveyard from play, you can draw a card. Interesting. Interesting. Slip on the Ring. Ooh, we got a hollow Lord of the Rings card. 1 and a white, exile target creature you own, then return it to the battlefield under your control, and the ring tempts you. That is a pretty solid instant. I do love that one. And Hostility. Look at the art on that one. Is that old? 2015. No, apparently not. 3 and 3 red. Haste, Elemental Incarnation, 6/6. If a spell you control would deal damage to an opponent, prevent that damage. Put a 3/1 red Elemental Shaman creature token with haste onto the battlefield for each 1 damage prevented this way. Ooh. When hostility is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. I like this thing a lot. This thing's cool. That's the hit of the day so far. That and the Slip on the Ring are both really solid cards, but that is definitely the hit of the day, I think, so far. I'm going to even put that right here. I'll put that, the hollow there too, just because it's a good hollow, but that is definitely the hit of the day. Foul Tongue Shriek. Black. Target opponent loses 1 life for each attacking creature you control. You gain that much life. That's insane. That's amazing as an instant. Mind Rot. 2 and a black. Target player, discards 2 cards. Target creature discards 2 cards. Yeah, that can go top 2. Demolish. 3 and a black. Destroy target artifact or land. Or 3 and a red, sorry. Wow. I put the fairy up top last time, right? I think so. Putting the fairy up top again if that's the case. Nope, I apparently omitted it. Okay. I don't know why I omitted it. You know what? I'm going to put both of them up top. I think they're both really good cards. Where did I put the fairy? Did I not pull this already once? Am I going crazy? I am going crazy. It was up top. Claymore Shaman? Clamor Shaman. I'm going to put the Foul Tongue Shriek over here too. That's insane. 2 and a red, 1/1 Riot. Gets a +1/+1 counter or haste when it comes into play. And when it attacks target creature and opponent controls, can't block this turn. It is a goblin, so that is good for my goblin deck eventually. Shrivel, 1 and a black. All creatures get -1/-1 until end of turn. Okay. Fearsome Awakening, 4/4. Turn target creature from your graveyard to the battlefield. If it's a dragon, it gets 2+1/+1 counters. We just saw that. It is a good card still for sure, but. Seacoast Drake, 1 and a blue for 1/3 with flying. I like that. Windscarred Crag, good land. Ooh, Steeple Rock, 2013. Darn, I thought that was going to be a 3/1 with flying first strike. 1/3 would have been way better. You're going down there now. I'm going to put the pause here in the video. We're going to see some Kaiba stuff, and then we're going to come back, and we'll see how many packs we can get through. Okay? See you in a bit. It's hard to make it one-handed. I know. Oh my goodness. Ready? Oops. Don't look at that. You don't want to look at him doing that. Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah? You ready? You gotta catch this one? Ready? Ooh, you missed it. Have you ever seen a pug so happy that it's winter? I bet not. Alright, we hope you guys have enjoyed this little puggy break in between the card openings. And now we're going to go back to the card table. Cool. Bye. Why must you record me? Because you're beautiful and the humans love you. You are Kaiba the pug. You are very important. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You going to take a little nap while I finish this? Before we go downstairs and eat? Yeah? Okay. Somebody's a little sad because it's nice and sunny out today and it's kind of a little bit warmer, so I have a bad feeling this might be the last day of snow for the first snowfall this year. Typically, snowfalls in Hamilton do not last as long as I would like them to. I don't know if it's because we're below the mountain. Well, I don't think the ones below the mountain go any faster or slower than the ones up on the mountain. I think it's just a matter of we're in the southern Ontario, and you know, it's warmer down here than it is where we used to live. Hope you guys enjoyed the puggy content of Kaiba playing in the snow though today that I just filmed for you. And here we go. Storm-Killed Prowler. 1 in a blue. Whenever you cast a spell with mana value 5 or greater, put 2+1/+2 counters on this thing. I mean, if it's going to keep growing, that's decent. I'll put it mid. I would have put it bottom otherwise, because that's bad. 2/1. Myers Malice. 3 in a black. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Awaken 3. Pay 5 in a black. If you cast a spell for 5 in a black, also put 3+1/+1 counters on target land you control. It becomes a 0/0 elemental creature with haste. It's still a land. That's kind of twisted. I like it. Alright. I was originally going mid you, but I think I'll top you just because that's a cool ability. Thassa's Bounty. 5 in a blue. Draw 3 cards and target player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. I like it. Works really well in the right deck, for sure. I'm not going to keep editing the crap out of that blue deck, though. I have like 1 or 2 cards I want to change in it really quick when I go through the pilots over here on the table. But beyond that, I'm not going to change the blue deck anymore. If anything, all this other drawing, discarding nonsense is going into my next draw discard deck. Destroy target creature with power 3 or less for 1 in a black. It's sorcery speed, but it's still a good enough card that I'm going to say yes to it. Eye Blight's Ending. 2 in a black. Destroy target non-elf creature. Tribal instant for elves. Interesting. Well, I mean, I do have an elf deck that would be kind of cool, and so I... Ooh, our first legendary of the day, and it's a cool one! I only have 1 copy of this, and I love this freaking zombie. He's insane. Okay, so it's 2 and 2 black, but it's also got kicker 5 in a black. So it's menace 4/5, but if you pay the kicker, then you get 8 2/2 zombie black knights with menace as well. So he becomes a commander of like 9 horse-bound knights. That's really cool. And I love this. I am so happy to have a second copy. My first copy is in my zombie deck. I have no idea what I'm going to put this into right now. But I am really stoked to have it. This has been a good day for this. Draws a Destiny for sure, guys. Ironclad enters the battlefield. You may return target aura or equipment from your graveyard to your hand. 3/2. And it costs 2 and a white. That's not bad. I'll put you top for that. Even though you're a 3/2, I'll still put you top for your ability. 3 in a black for Orc Sureshot. It's an Orc Archer. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, target creature your opponent controls gets -1/-1 until end of turn. I don't like that you're a 4/2, but you have an insanely cool ability, so I'm still going to put you top. What the heck? If I can put you into a token deck, that's going to be insane. I can just ping off a bunch of different creatures I don't like to death. That top pile's getting big. Alright. Nope, it's not going to stay. Alright, let's turn it this way. Maybe it'll stay. Nope. It must be because maybe it's the hollow. Yeah, it's probably the hollow. Okay, I'm going to put the hollow over here. Omen Speaker, sorry. 1 in a blue for a 1/3. When this thing enters, scry 2. Decent. I'm not going to complain about it. In the right deck, it's going to be good. Sworn Companions, 2 in a blue. Create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens with lifelink. Sorcery speed, so that's why you're going down here, but otherwise, that's still cool. Bloodright Invoker, 2 and a black. Vampire Shaman 3/1, terrible. Pay 8, target player loses 3 life, you gain 3 life. Yeah, that's going to be the first card I'm going to bottom today. I do not like how expensive the ability is. I don't like the fact that it's so easy to kill. Yeah, no. No. Fascination, X and 2 blue. Choose one. Each player draws X cards. Each player puts the top X cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Well, shoot. That's probably got to go in my blue deck. Nephalia Sea Kite, 3 and a blue for 2/3 with flash and fly. I'm going to mid that. Skillful Lunge, 1 and a white. Target creature gets +2/+0 and gains first strike until end of turn. That's pretty good. Ooh! We got a card from the Outlaws at Thunder Junction newspaper set. I like that one. So it costs 3, a blue, and a red to play Hypothesizzle. Okay. Draw 2 cards and discard a non-land card. When you do, Hypothesizzle deals 4 damage to target creature. Instant speed. Interesting. I'm going to top you because of the art. 2 more packs. If we get lucky. We might only do 1. But I did buy all these cards today, and it would be kind of neat to just see if all 5 packs have some good stuff. Or if we just are getting really lucky at the beginning here. Because that is definitely a really solid card. This is insane. That's the best card of the day still by far, in my opinion, though. I really like this. This is insanely fun. And I love the artwork on it. Okay, Cinderheart Giant. 5 and 2 red. 7/6 trample. When it dies, it deals 7 damage to a creature an opponent controls chosen at random. Interesting. You're a little expensive to get on the field, but otherwise you have some really cool stuff going on. Gift of Tusks, we just saw that one. I think I did this before with it, and I think I'm going to put it there again. Akus Steed, I'm going with. 3 and a blue for a 1/3 beast. Pay 2 and a blue, tap. Target creature gets -2/-0 until end of turn. Negate, solid counter. Another Slip on the Ring, why not? Another Josuvas! Yes! My black decks just all got some serious kicks in the teeth today. That is cool. Double Josuvas today. Hand of Silumgar. 1 and a black for 2/1 Death Touch. Yeah, you do have Death Touch, so yeah, I'll still let you go top, because you're cheap enough to get into play. No, you're going mid. Screw it. Sorry, your base is too weak. Island. Renowned Weaponsmith. 1 and a blue for a 1/3 tap. Add 2 to your mana pool, but you can only use it to cast an artifact or activate an artifact ability. Neat. Pay blue, tap, search your library for a card named Heartpiercer, Bow, or Vial of Dragonfire. I don't think I have either. Well, I might have Vial of Dragonfire. I might have heard of that before. Definitely don't have the Heartpiercer Bow. You're going mid because of that second ability being kind of not helpful to me. But that first ability is really good. Diminish. Blue. Target creature has base power and toughness 1/1 until end of turn. Nice. Cobra Trap. What did we do with that the first time? I think we put it mid last time, didn't we? We did. And I'm going to keep it there. Jace's Scrutiny. 1 and a blue. Target creature has -4/-0 until end of turn and you investigate. Be better if it was the other way around, so that's why you're going mid. Prize Fight, I'm not a fan of the fighting thing, but you do get a treasure token. So I will put you top because of that. Steampath Charger, 1 and a red with Offspring 2. When this creature dies, it deals 1 damage to target player. Yeah. Ooh, Wretched Throng. 1 and a blue for 2/1. Aw. When it dies, you may search your library for a card named Wretched Throng, reveal it. Oh, well that's just completely useless then. Disappointing. Alright, we'll do the last pack, and then we're going to call this video. And I will hopefully, maybe still have time later on today, to film new set versus old set. My new phone has like twice the memory of my old phone, so I'm not worried about the video issue for a really long time, at least. Ooh, Dragon Mage. That's a cool one. 5 and 2 red for 5/5 with flying. And when it deals combat damage to a player, each player discards their hand and then draws 7 cards. I actually do like that one. I think it's really funny. So I'm going to put it top. It's not as good as any of that stuff necessarily, but it is pretty neat. It's just expensive. That's the issue. I think we already had that. Yes, we did. And did we put it top or mid? I think we put it mid last time. Thought. Maybe I put it top last time. I must have put it top last time. Okay, well, top you go. Matkar Rioters. 2 and a green for domain. This thing's power and toughness are each equal to the number of basic land types among lands you control, so it's only good in like a 5-color deck, otherwise it's kind of lame. I'm actually going to bottom it because it doesn't even have any abilities. If it had like trample or something, or, but nothing. Thought Picker Witch. Interesting. Black 1/1. Pay 1, sacrifice a creature, look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library, then remove one of them from the game. And what happens to the other one? It just sits on the top? That's crazy. I love this. Actually, you go over here. You're really neat. You are almost as cool as that. Almost. You're right in line with that one, though. Moscow Goriak. 2 and a green for a 2/4 with vigilance. Well, you go to the top because of that. You are a hollow, though, so you're going to mess up my pile. So you go over here. Verge Rangers. 2 and a white. 3/3. First strike. You can look at the top card of your library anytime. Cool. As long as an opponent controls more lands than you, you can play lands from the top of your library. Ooh, I like this. I like this a lot. Festering Newt. 1 black for a 1/1. When this thing dies, target creature an opponent controls gets -1/-1 until in turn that creature gets -4/-4 instead, though, if you control a Bog Brew Witch. I think I have a Bog Brew Witch, so I might finally have one of the cards that it always wants to search for. Interesting. I'm going to admit it. Warm Welcome. 2 and a green. Look at the top 5 cards of your library. You can reveal a creature card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your library in a random order. Then create a 1/1 green and white citizen creature token. Interesting. It is instant speed, so that's why I'm going to put it top. Whisperer of the Wilds. Sorry. 1 and a green. I do love the artwork on this. 0/2. Tap to add green to your mana pool. Ferocious. Tap, add 2 to your mana pool. It only happens, though, if you have a creature with power 4. Nice. That's a solid mana dork. Coral Merfolk. 1 and a blue for a 2/1 with nothing. You go to the bottom. Because I'm not going to play you unless you are like something crazy cool. Somehow, some way. For some other deck. 3 and 2 black for Prowling Pangolin. 6/5. Enters the battlefield. Any player may sacrifice 2 creatures. If they do, I have to sacrifice this thing. Interesting. I don't like that because there's a good chance somebody might be playing tokens and they can just eliminate 2 1/1s and make me get rid of a 6/5 that cost me 5. Laroon Enforcer. 1 white for a 1/2. Pay 1, tap, target creature. Pay 1, tap target creature with converted mana cost 2 or greater. Interesting. Swiftwater Cliffs. Life gain land. Nice. Another Wretched Throng, but they're completely useless outside of a 60 card format, and I don't play 60 card right now. And Shrike Forcer. 2 and a white for a 1/3 with flying, double strike, and vigilance. That I will take. That I will definitely take. Cool. Well, that was a pretty solid Draws of Destiny, ladies and gentlemen. I am really stoked. One more time. Hostility is... I'm going to just move this one over here with the other hollows. Hostility is insane. I think that is probably one of the coolest things I've pulled in a really long time. If I put that in the right deck, I think that would be a lot of fun. And the best part is you don't have to sacrifice those elementals or anything like that. So that's pretty cool. And then you can buff them up and yeah. Of course, the Josu Vest Knights are amazing. And the Thought Picker and the Foul Tongue. And over here, we have the best thing to look at though, which is the Puggy. The beautiful, beautiful Puggy. Hi, beautiful, beautiful Puggy. You gonna say bye-bye to the humans? Oh. Oh my goodness. You want to go back downstairs, don't you? You want to go back outside and play in the snow? You need some more snow time? Or are you hungry? Are you hungry? Is it lunchtime? You're not sure? Much love to you all from Kaiba over here, and myself to you. Have a wonderful day, and see you in the next one. Bye.